Top on the brief this morning is a swearing-in of the newly screened caretaker committee chairman and members in the 23 local government areas of Rivers State into office by Governor Siminalayi Fubara at the event which held in Port Harcourt. Governor Fubara asked the caretaker committee members to bring their experiences to bear in running the affairs of the councils, just as mandated the Auditor General of the state to begin the audit of LG accounts following the expiration of the tenure of the immediate past chairman who left office.
What is happening here now is a defense of democracy. We will not allow a wrong precedent to be created in this country. It is not about Rivers State, it's not about Fubara, but if in any way this attempt of tenure elongation succeeds in Rivers State, it becomes a norm in Nigeria. So we have taken it upon ourselves to say, not within our own watch, that it will not happen, because it is completely alien to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Well, we can tell you also that 3 persons have so far lost their lives following the controversy over the local government chairmanship tenure in Rivers State. They include Inspector David Ngbada, vigilante member in Ebere-Omuma local government, Mr. Samuel Nwigwe, and Endwele Jindu, a former student union president at the Elechi Amadi Polytechnic in Port Harcourt. Mr. Jindu is said to have been shot at close range in Ahoda main town, while the Inspector Ngbada and Mr. Nwigwe were killed when 2 political factions clashed in Omuma over the tenure of the LG chairman. Confirming the death of the Inspector and Mr. Nwigwe, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Gbetokun, through the force public relations officer, condemned the killings in strong terms and directs enhanced intelligence operations to prevent further violence.
The Inspector General of Police, Federal Republic of Nigeria, IGP Kayode Gbetokun, PhD, NPM condemns in the strongest terms the recent outbreak of violence and subsequent breakdown of law and order at various local government council secretariats in Rivers State, where supporters of 2 political factions clashed over the tenure of local government council chairmen, which unfortunately led to the tragic death of a police officer, Inspector David Ngbada, and Samuel Nwigwe, a vigilante member at Ebere-Omuma in Omuma local government area of Rivers State. In response to these heinous acts, the Inspector General of Police has directed the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, CP Olatunji Disu, to heighten security measures across the state and institute thorough investigations into the killing of the police officer and the vigilante operative, as well as the general violence which erupted in the state. The Inspector General of Police has specifically deployed operatives of the Force Intelligence Response Team, IRT, to assist the Rivers State Command in apprehending the killers of the police officer and the vigilante member.
We're not done with Rivers State. The state chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, is demanding for a declaration of a state of emergency in the state. This demand was made in Port Harcourt by the caretaker committee chairman of the APC, Mr. Tony Okocha, during a press conference in Port Harcourt, the state capital.
There is war in Rivers State. And who are the dramatic personnel? Who are the actors? The actors are Governor Siminalayi Fubara versus Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Those are the actors of the war in Rivers State, not looming. When we say looming, it means that there seems to be, like it's coming. We are at war in Rivers State. And because the governor is unteachable, and because the governor does not listen to counsel, even the counsel of Mr. President, APC Rivers State that I represent today is demanding for a state of emergency in Rivers State. It is the way out so that you and I will live in peace.
In the meantime, the governor of Bayelsa State has called on the political leadership of Rivers State to give peace a chance. Addressing members of his state executive council, he says the insecurity experienced in Rivers State will hamper the development of that state.
I want to plead with us, for all of us, to look at development. And in looking at development, we must all add value to the state. What can we add to the growth and development of Bayelsa? It is not by guns. We're all witnesses to what is happening in our sister state, Rivers State. And we're all praying for peace to be restored in Rivers State. Let me again use this opportunity to call on all the key actors in Rivers State to give peace a chance. Rivers and Bayelsa are one and the same states. And whatever that happens in Rivers State, we are interested. And there must be give and take in that state so that development will not suffer, so that the people will not suffer.
A word for the wise, as they say. Let's move on now from Rivers State to the court, where the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has told the Federal High Court Abuja that he will, under Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act, seek negotiation with the federal government. The section states that in any proceeding in the court may promote reconciliation among parties thereto and encourage and facilitate the amicable settlement thereof. His lead counsel, Aloy Ejimako, disclosed this in an open court after he moved 2 applications brought before the court, including the application objecting to the jurisdiction of the court. Mr. Ejimako says if the applications are denied, they will move for the implementation of Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act. But counsel to the federal government, Mr. Adegboyega Omolo, told the court that he had earlier informed the defendant that he does not have the powers to negotiate on behalf of the federal government, as the fiat given to him does not empower him to negotiate. Instead, the defendant should approach the Attorney General of the Federation. In a reply, Justice Binta Nyako said the court was not a solicitor, but only to hear cases, and adjourned to September the 24th for a continuation of trial. A joint committee of the National Assembly has commenced an investigation into the Train 7 project of the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas, that's NLNG. The lawmakers are querying the several variations in the project as well as the status of the project. However, the project director, Mr. Ali Uwais, explains that the project is about 67% complete.
From what you have written here, original contractor claim request is $922 million. An original company offer was $83 million. On the issue of claims, what is the status of that negotiation between LNG and the consortium, please?
You have about 10,000 persons working. That means you have created jobs for about 9,000 Nigerians in that singular project, probably on site and in the office administratively. I would also ask, I want you to clarify that. The second question is on the expatriates. For the 1,000, do they all have valid permits?
Most of the variations have come from regulatory changes and what have you. In principle, we tried to put in a contract such that it's EPC and the whole responsibility of delivering this project is by the contractor, and we try not to intervene at all. So by that, there are limits or there are limitations in respect of creating variations. In terms of confirming the percentage of work, that if you go to site, would you indeed see 67% of the work and the personnel that are involved and what have you? Indeed, we as NLNG, as a company, we thrive and are proud of what we're doing, and if there's something we're not doing, we don't try to say we're doing it. So you're most welcome to come and see the beautiful work that we're doing.
We'll stay with the business of that sector, but on the international scene, global oil prices reached a 7-week high on Wednesday, boosted by optimism over summer demand and geopolitical tensions, and despite a surprise increase in U.S. crude inventories. Brent crude futures rose to $85.27 per barrel, with U.S. West Texas Intermediate, that's WTI crude, up at $81.47 per barrel. Analysts believe that the rise from early June lows signals growing confidence in a tighter global oil market balance. Meanwhile, Nigeria's crude oil production recorded a low of 1.25 million barrels per day in May, according to OPEC. On the international scene, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has been sworn in for a second term as president in Pretoria after his African National Congress struck a government or coalition deal with opposition parties to form a government of national unity. Chief Justice Raymond Zondo led Ramaphosa's oath of office ceremony before lawmakers, foreign dignitaries, religious and traditional rulers, and the cheering supporters at the Union Building, the seat of government in South Africa. At the inauguration, where he commits to upholding the nation's constitution, numerous heads of state, including President Bola Tinubu, Angola's João Lorenzo, Congo-Brazzaville's Denis Sassou Nguesso, among others, were all in attendance.
As we enter another era in the life of our nation, the resilience of our democracy has once more been tested, and the people have spoken loudly that they choose peace and democracy over conflict, violence, undemocratic and unconstitutional methods. In their multitudes, in their voices that are many and diverse, the people of South Africa have voted and have made known their wishes, their concerns, and their aspirations. We accept and respect the results of the elections, and once again we say, yes, the people of South Africa have spoken, and we accept. Their will shall be done without any doubt or any question. The voters of South Africa did not give any single political party the full mandate to govern our country alone. They have directed us to work together to address their plight and realize their aspirations. They have expressed their appreciation of the progress in many areas of their lives over the past 30 years of democracy. They have also been unequivocal in expressing their disappointment and disapproval.
They beat Scotland on the opening night and were provided a stiffer test by Hungary, who they had only beaten once in their last 6 meetings on home soil. Manuel Neuer denied Roland Salah just seconds into the game after poor defending by his teammates, but Germany quickly moved with Kai Havertz and Andrich going close before Musiala secured the maximum points for the Germans.